cannot be oblivious to these changes. Secondly, sir has also rightly pointed out we have to increase our revenue because unless anything is financially viable, we cannot run an organization. But today, what makes the public sector financially unviable? So every government says your departments should make money on one hand, on the other hand they say you have to do the public service. I can't really understand how can Postal Department be in profit when it is sending a letter from Kashmir to Kanyakumari for 25 paisa. Is it possible? So when you are delivering something at a lower than the cost, I believe today a speed post, the cost will be not less than 50 rupees. But the speed post is delivered for rupees 25 to 35. So when our services are subsidized for a deliberate public purpose, which we have no quarrel, then how can a department run in profit? This is the first question we are asking. Whether it is in the Postal Department, whether it is in the BSNL, whether it is in the banking department, or whether it is in the airlines. I'll tell you what is happening in the airlines. Government says Air India is in losses, so we have to sell it. But why is Air India in losses? Delhi, Bombay, Chennai, Calcutta, Hyderabad, such destinations are profit making. There are destinations like Leh, Ladakh, Gachibowli, which are loss making. What did government do? Government allowed private airlines in profit-making routes like Delhi, Bombay, Chennai, Calcutta, and forced Air India to run on the loss-making routes. Now the same government saying Air India is in losses, we will have to sell it. For that matter, even the private airlines are in a much bigger losses, but they don't talk about that. Today, BSNL is being condemned for a high debt burden. But let me tell you, Reliance has 3 to 4 times higher debt than the BSNL. But their debts are restructured, their debts are waived off in the name of corporate incentives. So this is the biggest challenge. You are now in Hyderabad, there is a massive 15-day strike of the state-run road transport corporation. The government says it is running in losses. But interestingly, the profit-making long-distance routes are handed over to the private sector, and RTC is forced to run in loss-making routes, and again government says RTC is in losses. And today, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, the premier defense public sector, is deprived of orders. This is an organization that has produced the light combat aircraft. This is the organization which designed the modern Sukhois, updated modern Sukhois, which were used to hit the targets in Balakot. But today, government is forcing Defense Department and its partners abroad to have deals with a person called Anil Ambani, who has not even manufactured detergent soaps in a lifetime. So how can you make Anil Ambani profitable and Hindustan Aeronautics loss-making? You want to make Kingfisher profitable, Vijay Mallya, and make the Indian Airlines loss-making. You want to make Nirav Modi profitable and make the Punjab National Bank loss-making. Today, in the Postal Department also, all of you are aware, your leaders, the profit-making, revenue-yielding sectors are separated from the department and brought into separate corporations. The postal savings, postal life insurance, premium parcel units are deliberately separated from the Postal Department so that the Indian Post will only have the loss-making activities. So today, if this is the case, then how can the Postal Department run into profit? When you are separating the revenue-yielding sector Is it possible to make, tomorrow what will the government say? The postal department is running into losses, we'll do away with that. Today the postman is a symbol of culture. Postman is a symbol of affection today. Yes, we are ready to win the support of the people. But is it possible to do optimal service to the people and win their support when the 1 lakh posts are vacant in the postal department? Is it possible to win the support of the people when Gramin Dak Sevaks are not even treated as equal citizens? Is it possible to serve the people effectively when more than 55,000 posts are vacant in the Gramin Dak Sevaks arena? So, deliberately on one hand, government keeps the vacancies in the government department. Government deliberately weakens the public sector, makes it loss-making, and reward the corporate sector, and still say we want to privatize it. What is the total loss of the postal department? I believe it is 15,000 crores. Am I right?
Yes.
So 15,000 crores is a loss to the Indian postal department, which is serving crores and crores of Indians. With a stroke of the pen, few days back, Government of India gave 1,45,000 crores as incentives by reducing the corporate tax by 10 percentage points. What did the government say? This will boost the economy because corporates will be motivated to invest. So with the one measure of 1,45,000 crore corporate tax cuts, you can run the postal department without losses for more than 10 years. So this is the question today. Would you like to provide postal services to the crores and crores of Indians so easily, or would you like to support the few corporates with tax incentives? So the government doesn't feel it is a loss when they give 1,45,000 crores in single tax concession only. Every year, Government of India gives tax concessions to the tune of 6 lakh crores. So this will be sufficient to run the postal department for 60 years. With 1 year of tax incentives, postal department can be run for 60 years, 60 years. So this is the question. With the money swindled away by Nirav Modi, postal department can be run for 1 full year because he has taken away 13,500 crores. With the money taken away by Vijay Mallya, postal department can be run for 8 months without any losses. So the question is, how do you look at the problem today? So when today the total non-performing assets in the banking sector is 10 lakh crores, 10 lakh crores. With 15,000 crores, what does it mean? You can run the postal department for 70 years with the money which the Indian corporates go to the banks of this country. So the government of India doesn't have money. Catch Ambani's and Adani's and get the money and give it to the postal department. It can run for 100 years with the money which these corporates owe to the banking sector today. So therefore, we have to understand the political economy. So then why, the question obviously comes to us is, why successive government, I am not claiming this government, that government, why the successive government can do these things, why are people not questioning? The problem is, when unions like you are striving for the unity of the people of this country are divided. When I say, let us fight against the privatization of the postal department, I am sure all of you will join me in telling, hum ladenge. But when I say, should Ram Mandir be built, then half of the people will say, yes, Half of the people may say no, and we'll fight among ourselves, and we'll forget the fighting privatization of the postal unit. So why I'm telling is, when we are striving for the unity of the working class, there are many things that come us to divide us. It may be cow, it may be Pulwama, it may be Pakistan, it may be Ram Mandir, it may be Triple Talaq, it may be Shabarimala. There may be 100 things to divide us. So when we are striving for the unity of the working class, there are attempts to divide the working class. So when we are divided, can we achieve, can we protect our postal department today? I have addressed meetings in every government department, banks, BSNL, postal. The spirit with which workers unite and fight against the political and economic policies of the government within the four walls of the offices is unparalleled. But when they go home, they will support the forces who create these privatization policies. So there is an eminent disconnect between our behavior in the office and our approach at home. Unless we bridge this eminent disconnect, we cannot defeat the policies of privatization. Today, there is an attempt to nationalize the losses and privatize the profits. So when there is, how is this happening? State Bank of India, the person who worked as the chairman of the State Bank of India, goes and joins as a special director in the Reliance company. When India is growing at a rate of 5%, Reliance is growing at a rate of 18%. So you have seen in yesterday's newspaper, the growth rate of Reliance company is 18%. So why don't we make Mukesh Ambani Finance Minister of India so that India will also grow at the rate of 18%? When I asked this question to one of the prominent ruling party leaders, he said, "Sir, I am sure you are innocent here. Mukesh Ambani can grow at 18% only because we politicians have ensured India will grow at only 5%. So that is how Mukesh Ambani is growing. The moment you make Mukesh Ambani finance minister, the things won't happen, sir." He said. That is true. When today in a Grameen Dak Sevak is struggling to get 300, 400 rupees per day, Mukesh Ambani's daily profits are 365 crores. So when there are, why are there so humongous inequality? So this is the time for us is to unite. Yes, we are also confident, अच्छे दिन आएंगे, but we are waiting for decades, we are waiting for years. So we believe, and out of our experience in the working class movement, we believe that अच्छे दिन will not be given to us on their own. So कैसे आएंगे अच्छे दिन? वो लड़े तो आएंगे अच्छे दिन. कैसे लड़ेंगे? अपन मिलके लड़े तो आएंगे अच्छे दिन. So let this conference be a conference of unity. Let this conference be a conference to protect the public character of the postal department. So this is the most patriotic movement. The real nationalism is preserving the public owned character of India's post. The nationalism is not mere slogan. The nationalism is fighting against the privatization of the postal department. The real patriotic struggle you are waging, and we salute your patriotic struggle, and we stand with you in solidarity in this heroic struggle, and we are confident that the thousands of leadership sitting here will certainly resist this onslaught of privatization. I once again greet each and everyone so for coming all over here to the Hyderabad, a city known for its history, a city known for its confluence of culture, a city that has witnessed one of the historic struggles of the international working class movement in the form of the Telangana peasant armed struggle. So you are meeting in this historic city, and I'm sure these memories will go back to the nook and corner of India and raise the working class banner of struggle. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you, Sir Nageswarao. Now, I would like to request volunteers